Well, hello there, motherfuckers, and welcome to your Raw review. So, SummerSlam is less than 2 weeks away, and once again, it doesn't feel like it's the second biggest pay per view of the year. Big fucking surprise there. When it comes to build up, WWE used to be the kings of this. Segments in the ring, big moments. The stars would be all over the show. They really make you know that this is going to be, a big main event and everything. And there are times on this show where there's like effort to do that. But, let's just be perfectly honest. And as many times as I say it in the videos, you still have people in the comments, saying little things. I know that wrestling is not going to get better overnight. Somebody had wrote that in my last Raw review or something. And if you actually listen to the words coming out of my fucking mouth, you'd understand that I don't think that it's going to get better overnight. I say that time and time again. In fact, I even say that it appears that wrestling is never going to get out of the rut that it has been in for nearly 15, 16 years. Do you guys realize that the ratings have been down since 2001? That wrestling hasn't really been popular for 16 years? That's pretty fucking sad to say the fucking least, I would say. I mean, you have a product that hasn't reached its peak in so long. They never had to wait this long. Like after, the rockin' and wrestling connection in the 80s, wrestling started to lose its popularity, leading from the early 90s into the mid 90s. And there was like, an 8-9 year period where wrestling wasn't popular. But then, thanks to, Vince Russo and Ed Ferrara, and Vince McMahon's money and a bunch of superstars getting together, that had big time charisma, WWE was able to launch once again into the stratosphere and get those big ratings, get the big audiences. And the thing is, what a lot of people don't even realize is that actually in the 80s, the ratings were even higher, but they still managed to get pretty close. Nowadays, you're not even in the same ballpark at all. I mean, so I realize with that statement right there that this product is nowhere even close. That's why I laugh when people say, oh, they're on the cusp of something big. Fuck boy Ballier and Fat Boy Joe are not going to get it done. They're not. Do you really think that these guys are going to bring it to the level of Hulk Hogan and Stone Cold because they're great wrestlers who wrestled in Japan? No! So let's begin. We start off with Miz TV. Brock Lesnar's there. Miz has nothing to do with the main event. Instead of having a parking lot brawl or something, Lesnar's out there. They exchange words. Lesnar destroys the Miz Taraj. The Miz Taraj. Beats them up. Okay, so, Brock Lesnar is acting aggressive before the pay-per-view. He's not interacting with anybody that's actually in the fucking match at SummerSlam. Build up. Remember that? Yeah, okay. Sheamus defeats Seth Rollins. We're back to tag teams again for Seth Rollins. They start beating up Seth Rollins. Cesaro and Sheamus do. And after that, there's no Dean Ambrose to come out and save him. Oh, he's playing hard to get. Isn't that fucking cute? So, Seth Rollins, if anybody doesn't know, this guy's a multi-time world champion, folks. And they're just relegating him back to the tag team scene. And I've said it again and again. Rollins is talented. This guy can do things in the ring that others can't. Rollins does have a look to him, a presence, sort of. He's better than Samoa Joe and 100 times better than Fuckboy Balor. And he's 100,000 times better than Bitch Boy Cab Driver Sami Zayn. But meanwhile, that guy's on SmackDown. Even though I make fun of him, he's not really doing so well over there. But for a guy that's like an indie darling, an internet darling, a smart fan favorite, he's better. He still ended Sting's career, but he's better. And just to see him back in the tag team scene, I've said this already, it just shows that they don't have any direction for these stars. Dean Ambrose is also a world champion. And it's not like it lasted for a cup of coffee. He was champion for a few months. And now we don't even really get that mentioned at all. It's not a main event, so we're going to just have these guys going for the tag belts. We already know they're not saying what the match is, but obviously that's what they're building to. Jason Jordan defeated some jobber, and this was weird how this went down. So Jason Jordan was originally scheduled to face Curtis Axel, but because Lesnar beat up the Miz TV, which Curtis Axel is a part of, he couldn't wrestle. So Kurt Angle backstage goes up to some random dude that looks strangely like Brent Albright, if anybody could even remember that wrestler. Like a cross between Brent Albright and Sylvester Terkay, let's say. So they send this guy out there. The crowd starts chanting, "Let's go, Jobber," and they start booing Jason Jordan. What the hell is wrong with you fucking smarts? Why are you booing Jason Jordan? You guys, when Jason Jordan was NXT, American Alpha, the sexiest tag team alive. Now you boo his ass out of the building? What's wrong with you people? Are you fucking sick? Are you fucking mental? This is the same crowd that celebrates, Kenzo Suzuki tossing John Cena on his neck. Shit cake Nakamurphy. By the way, go check out that video that I made. It seems like it's making waves here in the YWC, just like I intended. And if people think I'm trolling, try actually watching the video for a change. Somebody had said it. I think it might have been, Hobo Wrestling Jesus or whatever, that other user. He said, trolling, keep trolling. I'm not trolling, bro. I'm actually being honest. It's not trolling when you give examples of how another wrestler died by getting tossed on his neck by the same fucking move. That's not trolling when you're stating facts. Is it trolling that Droz got paralyzed in a wheelchair, unable to walk again because of a botched powerbomb? No, it's not. That's not trolling. That's called reality. I am not fucking trolling. I'm telling the truth. These guys in the ring, they don't know how to work a proper match. You never went to a wrestling school, some goofball said. I don't need to be in a wrestling school to know that I'm watching at home and a man is being tossed on his fucking neck. You're not supposed to be tossed on your fucking neck. That doesn't even happen in the UFC, which is real. So let somebody toss you on your fucking neck, whatever the fuck your name is, and then you could say, "Oh, I went to a wrestling school." Give me a fucking break. How could people defend somebody getting tossed on their fucking neck? So this is the same crowd that's booing Jason Jordan. The same guy that they love to cheer for in NXT. But I guess because it wasn't Chad Gable getting the rub, that I guess that they're unhappy about that. But why are you booing him? And Wade Keller, Wade fucking Keller. This guy is such a fucking hypocrite. It's almost fucking ridiculous. Wade motherfucking Keller last week is saying that he's excited to see where it goes for Jason Jordan cutting the promo. He says that, Jason Jordan's going to go heel. He's going to break Kurt Angle's heart, and that might lead to a match with Kurt Angle, and he's happy about it. This week he's saying that it's Jason Jordan's fault. His performances are not good enough. All of a sudden, this is, like the most important thing in the world. Match quality. If you're not going out there wrestling 5-star matches. Yeah, that's why Hulk Hogan got over. By wrestling 5-star matches. Macho Man, was he wrestling not every single match that Macho Man wrestled was a Ricky Steamboat classic WrestleMania 3. No, but in fact, most wrestling on TV was the Stars versus the Jobbers, unless it was, a big pay-per-view or Saturday night's main event, which was once a month. But every week they would wrestle jobbers to get themselves over in squash matches. So it's not exactly like, match quality wrestling 5-star matches every single week. Not every week has to be, excuse me, a 20-minute fucking barn-burning match, with no selling and 1,000 fucking high spots. If someone's not getting flipped on their fucking neck, then, it's not a good match. So, Wade Keller, please tell me how 1 week you're praising and excited for Jason Jordan and what's to come for this man's career, and the very next week you're fucking tearing him apart! What are you, a fucking bipolar maniac? What the hell's your fucking problem? Pick a side. You like him or you don't. You want to be taken seriously as like a wrestling journalist. It's like people on here. They say, I can't take this guy seriously. He once said that he didn't like Roman Reigns, and now he does. I make a simple change in opinion because, I saw that like who was disliking Reigns, and I was having too much outside influence. It reminded me of when I didn't like Asking Alexandria. The thing was about that band, I didn't like them because others didn't like them. Then I remember when they had the Mayhem Fest, I was like grumbling, oh, I don't want to see these guys. I don't want to see them. They're gay. They're faggots. And then I watched them on screen, and I watched the lead singer, Danny Worsnop, with this song, Moving On, and I fell in love with the band. And I even did a video about it saying that the haters could go fuck themselves. See, that's called changing an opinion. When you have an opinion that's ignorant, and then you realize your own ignorance. Do you guys realize that I'm putting my own integrity on the line by saying that I was acting like an idiot and that I realized that the guy wasn't bad. I was looking at him from a different perspective, and I ended up liking him. And the thing is, I can't take it. I don't care if you take me seriously or not. This isn't life or death here on YouTube, guys. I have a job. I have a brain. There's important things going on in the world. If I wake up tomorrow and wrestling's not there, well, okay, there's one hobby gone. But the thing is, I'm still going to live on. Wrestling is not going to affect my health. It's not going to affect the economy. It's not going to affect my job. It's not going to affect life on this fucking planet. No, if wrestling is gone tomorrow, the earth will still rotate on its fucking axis and still revolve around the motherfucking sun. It's not like the planets are going to go out of fucking alignment in the solar system. Oh my god, wrestling's gone! Our solar system's exploding! No! It's going to be okay, guys. It's not that important. If one person likes Roman Reigns, you shouldn't be wrecking your room. Taking a sledgehammer, and breaking into your parents' bedroom as they're having sex, and then proceeding to beat them with the sledgehammer because you can't handle somebody else's opinion. Okay, that's a bit morbid, but back to the Raw review, motherfuckers. So you're booing Jason Jordan. You're a loser. You're an idiot. You're a hypocrite. And the same goes for Wade Keller. Then Bayley cuts a promo. And my dad would actually watch this promo with me. And he hadn't seen Bayley ever. This is the first time he saw Bayley. And he said, "Why does she look like a child?" And I said, "That's because that's her gimmick. They try to make her immature." So she's out there, and Charlie, the interviewer, is asking her, who does she want to win this match, because now they're going to have to replace Bayley. So now they've put together some triple threat matches, the winners of which will go on to face each other, and the winner of that will be the number one contender. Okay? And these triple threat matches were like a fucking waste of time. I'll explain in a minute. So she says she wants Sasha to win. They hug each other. Oh, man, I'm like, does every segment have to make me throw up on this show? From the gay sex angle of Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins to the lesbianism of Bayley and Sasha Banks, I gotta say, this show is like fucking reprehensible. It's like it's almost downright perverted. Anyway, you have Sasha defeating Emma and Alicia Fox. And did anybody think that like the other two had a chance? Of course, Sasha won. Like, what? This is what I'm saying. This is a waste of time. This triple threat match. I mean, I understand that they're trying to make it like they earned it, but this ensemble here of who they put in here, Emma and Alicia Fox, who don't win any matches, with the girl who does win matches on a regular basis, who do you think is going to fucking win it? Anyway, the best things since sliced bread defeated Enzo and Big Show. Cass made it, came out. Big Show fell off the apron. It distracted him. So they put these guys together as a tag team, and they're already fucking losing. Okay? Do they know, what momentum is? You put this team together. Is this the first time they actually officially teamed together? I don't fucking know. But they had them lose their first match. And where was the revival? It wasn't the revival involved in this, and the Hardys. I saw that there was a reason the Hardys weren't there, but there's always a reason. And when it's not a reason, and also it's like, what a time to have the Hardys. They're on the Raw Fallout doing the broken shit. And the very next week, we want to see a follow-up to it. One of the few things that we look forward to on Raw, and they're not there. One of the few entertaining things that could have possibly been on the show is not there. Okay, so, this show, this is why they will never get better. Because when they have an opportunity to actually do something on this show, they fail to do it. And it's like, these things are so obvious, you would think they do them on purpose. But it's like, what is the real reason the show sucks this badly? I mean, I understand it's a bunch of kiss asses that are afraid. Vince Russo says it every week on his podcast, and it's true. It's a bunch of yes men yesing Vince McMahon to death. They're writing a show to please Vince. But isn't Vince reviled by these fucking shows? I mean, what happened to McMahon? What happened to sports entertainment? Whatever happened to, this brilliant hybrid that he came up with in the 80s? this business model of wrestling crossing paths with the entertainment world. And you know, it was all about characters. McMahon loved characters. And he also loved, you know, guys that look like stars. So why the fuck are we seeing so many jobbers on this fucking show? Like, I'll never understand this about, well, like, what is wrong with McMahon? You know, is he senile? I think he'd have to be, right? Up next, it was Finn Balor cutting a promo. No, I didn't just put this jacket here just for that. I never actually took it off my chair. Did you all see how I kicked Bray Wyatt's teeth down his throat? I'd do it again. And to tell you the truth, he gives me the... I had to like take a while so I could do his accent. Did y'all see how I kicked his teeth down his throat? You telling me he's a bit creepy? A bit creepy. A bit... Fuck! This stupid fuckboy already! He doesn't know how to cut a promo! And he's kicking Bray Wyatt's ass, and Bray Wyatt retreats. And it's a beatdown. He's doing it like it's a wrestling match. He's like using the ropes to do his little fucking fairy kick, his little ballerina kick. You know, and we're all sitting here, you know, like, Bray Wyatt should just tear this little nincompoop apart. I mean, my fucking God. This tiny little bastard. You know, you see a guy like Bray Wyatt who deserves everything in the world for these performances he puts on. I mean, no one in this fucking company has a character like Bray Wyatt. And it pains me to see that this man was a champion, but crowned champion at the wrong time. It doesn't even feel like the guy was a world champion at all. It only lasted for a month. So, you know, then we see him back on the Titantron, and I'm just like, why are they this, like, feud right here? Bray Wyatt should be tearing this fucking loser apart. I mean, and the thing is, okay, this feud would make sense if he was the Demon. It would be the face of fear versus the Demon. And he might do it at SummerSlam. But wouldn't it make better sense to have it in the context of a storyline? Like, that the Demon is trying to scare Bray Wyatt? You know, like, I said it last week in my review. When Balor did this, imagine if he turned around and he had the paint on. Instead of some stupid-ass leather jacket. He's not Fonzie. He's not Mad Max. He's fucking fuckboy Balor. You're not going to fool anybody. Oh, I love my fancy leather jacket. Well, good. Take your fucking fancy leather jacket and go back to Ireland. Maybe take a bottle of... well, they don't come in bottles. Or do they? Yeah, they do come in bottles. Take a bottle of Guinness and shove it up your fucking ass. You fucking boring motherfucker. So it shows me that there probably are pitches to Balor about, oh, why don't you put on the Demon paint? Oh, yeah, but I don't want to get any paint on my leather jacket. Is that even real leather? This jacket's not real leather. Is that one even real? I don't know. But why? Why, you know, something, what is he doesn't want to sit in the chair that long to get the paint on? Look at Sting's face paint. Look at Goldust's face paint. They did it for Boogeyman every fucking night. Sometimes when he was on a pay-per-view, they do it twice a week. Now it's like once a year. He should be wearing the paint all the time. He's boring. He has no character, no charisma. And to tell you the truth, he's not even a good wrestler. Like I said, how many wrestlers do the fucking stomp? I mean, like, Del Rio did the stomp. Cesaro did the stomp. All these fucking wrestlers do the stomp. Come on, everybody, get off the floor. Everybody do the stompasaur. I mean, come on. What the fuck is this shit? It's lame. It's boring. He's boring. He's boring. He's boring. What do you, every single week I stand before the YWC and plead my case against this boring motherfucker. And all I met with is grief. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. This guy's one of the best wrestlers in the world. Really? The best in the world, eh? Dean Ambrose defeated Cesaro. I've got people on the internet saying Dean Ambrose and Cesaro had the best match of the night. Well, it was a long match. Was it a good match? I don't think so. Anyway, I'm just seeing two motherfuckers wrestle. One that has a sick fetish with another wrestler. So, the first match that they had was Seth and Sheamus. Dean Ambrose didn't come out to save him. But Seth came out to save Dean. Oh! Then Dean actually puts out his fist and Seth walks away. Oh! I'm getting so sick of this. Like, it's so by the numbers. Like, how it's going. It's like they're going to be reluctant. And then they might win the tag titles and they're going to, like, hug each other and then probably go in the back and butt fuck each other. I mean, it's like... it's like, hey, we call ourselves the Shield, but nothing's going to shield my penis from your asshole. Like, that's coming. If WWE was totally uncensored, that'd probably be an actual line that they say. Tozawa defeated Davari. Enough! Holy shit! Now the crowd's doing that fucking noise. Oh, okay. Where was Neville, by the way? Nowhere to be found. The only guy worth watching the Cruiserweight division for wasn't even there. What's even the match for the Cruiserweights? Is it like a triple threat? I don't know. Nia Jax defeated Dana and Mickie James. Like, who else is going to win it? I hope to God that it's Nia. I'm just saying. Gold, and why don't, the thing is, Mickie James is there. And I think back to a time of when Mickie James was there, when actually the women's division was interesting. Mickie James was psychotic. Remember when she was obsessed with Trish Stratus? That was a great storyline. It added intrigue, and you actually wanted to see the match. Everybody nowadays, the women's wrestling is so much better. I will take Mickie James over Trish Stratus's feud any day of the week over any of this boring Bayley shit. Thank God at least Alexa Bliss has charisma, but they barely let her talk on commentary. They barely let her say anything. Like, what the fuck's going on there? She's the best thing that the cruiserweights, it's just about as valuable as the cruiserweight division. She's the best thing the women's division has, and they don't even let her talk on commentary. What's so bad about having entertaining commentary? And by the way, speaking of the commentary, before I forget to mention it, Wade Keller, in his latest review, is going on the tirade against Booker T. Booker T is the most interesting, fun commentator on there. He's always on there, like, secretly praising Corey Graves. Wade Keller is, they should just get rid of Booker T. They should get rid of you, Wade. You should be banned from the fucking internet because you're just too fucking retarded for it. I mean, you're sitting here, you're insulting a legend, Booker T. This guy is actually funny and entertaining. And there's sometimes what he say might not make the best of sense. Maybe. But still, I'd rather listen to Booker T's nonsense than listen to Michael Cole and Corey Graves bore the shit out of me on a fucking weekly basis with their boring monotone voices. At least Booker T gets excited. At least Booker T shows some emotion. At least Booker T actually acts like he's fucking awake during the fucking show. because most of the people watching the show are fucking asleep. Goldust cut a promo. He's looking to mentor somebody. This could be interesting, but it'll probably end in disappointment. It's going to happen at SummerSlam. Big Cass confronts Kurt Angle backstage. He says that he'd like to see Enzo in a shark cage above the ring. Angle gives it to him, so we're going to have Cass and Big Show with Enzo suspended above the ring in the shark cage. Okay. You know, I don't know. I'm not really looking forward to it. It has an interesting dynamic, I suppose. In the main event, it was Braun Strowman defeating Roman Reigns in the last man standing match. Samoa Joe choked out Reigns, leaving him knocked out. Strowman got up, and Strowman won. It was a good match. Once again, this just shows just how good these wrestlers are. You motherfuckers put down Strowman for so long. Let me just say that if you look back, honestly, you will see that I was actually supporting Strowman from the very beginning. That I said this guy had a look to him. And you had people knocking him saying, oh, he has a weird face. And shit like that, saying he wasn't intimidating. These fucking losers, you know, they all want to jump on the Strowman bandwagon. They all were against tall guys with muscles. They didn't want to see guys like this anymore. Now they're big fans of Strowman all of a sudden. So, and I think it's mostly because he's in a feud with Reigns, and most people just like the fact that they could, you know, cheer for Strowman over Reigns, which is fucking immature and total mark behavior. So, the thing is, like, okay, this was a decent finish. You know, that, you know, Samoa Joe gets involved. But how about Brock Lesnar getting involved? You have Brock Lesnar for the night. Why is he not going out there and costing Reigns the match instead? It would have, you know, you could have just had them all brawling, and whoever gets up first is the winner. You know, and that's how you would cover it. But why would you not have Lesnar getting involved? Instead, he's involved with The Miz, who's not even in the fucking match. Like, what is this fucking bullshit? Why do they get it wrong every week? Why don't they have wrestlers interacting throughout the show? Why does one wrestler appear, then disappear for the rest of it? Samoa Joe doesn't show up to the fucking end of the show. They have promos in the back with Reigns and Strowman. Okay, great. But that's it. That's boring. It's the same shit, and once again, it's like the same thing when Big Cass confronted Angle in the back. He's always standing in front of the Raw logo. Like, that's the one magic spot. If I'm over here, Raw doesn't happen. If I'm over here, Raw doesn't happen. But that's the Raw logo. That's where the shit goes down. That's where everything's made. That's the one magic spot right there on Raw. And I am sick to fucking death of looking at that goddamn fucking logo. That's all they fucking show on Raw. No different locales, no parking lots, no place else. That's it. That one fucking magic spot right there. That set of pixels on your fucking TV. That's where Raw takes place when it's not in the ring fucking 90% of the time. And I am sick to fucking death of looking at it. And just to end this review, where the fuck was Lesnar during this match? How much better would have that main event be if they capped it off with one big fucking move? And once again, these matches are too long. Stop fucking, I understand you got 3 hours. This is why it shouldn't be 3 hours. These matches are too long. Dean Ambrose and Cesaro for 20 minutes. A half an hour match to end the show. Oh my God, just stop. You can't have, that's why I'm saying, do different things on this show. Different segments to build for these matches. You just take one big portion of the show and eat it all up. I mean, it would be better if you just do it throughout the show in different segments. And then instead of booking all this other fucking garbage. They will never get it right. Never. That's why week after week I always come here and I say the same fucking things over and over. Because they make the same fucking mistakes. Anyway, guys. This has been your YWC champ. Signing out.